Absolutely, there's not only one way for the hooker or slicer, but let's say the amateurs, they have most likely slice problems. Do you have any fixing points?
Let's go through what makes a ball slice. There's only one answer. Your club face is open. If my club face is open, somewhere in the swing, my ball's going to slice. If I have a hook problem, it's only one thing. My club face is closed. It's aiming left. So the club face makes the ball curve. That's a fact. So if you have a slice or a hook problem, you've got to diagnose where the club face is getting out of whack. So the first thing, slicing or hooking, is you got to go to your grip. Your grip is your only connection to the golf club. It's your only way to influence what this is doing. So when your hands get put on the club, you've got to make sure your hands are correct. If you're slicing, turn your hands more to the right. If you're hooking too much, make sure your hands get more back up on top of the club. Let me make one thing. We talked about the grip here a little bit. This is really important. If you see my grip right here, my third and fourth fingers lightly connect. I got big hands. But you would know it because my grips fit. And I see a lot of, not just Koreans, but everywhere all over the world, grips don't fit. And if I don't have these two fingers together, my hands might look like that. Now that's way too small. Or you might get the other way. I can't even get my hands around the club. They look like that. Your grip is going to be off. Your club face is off. So size of grip is an issue we haven't talked about, but that would be another area that every golfer should take a quick examination of their grips to make sure they can even grip the club correctly based on whether their hands are big, small, thin, long, fat, whatever they are. So if you've got a slice problem, start with the grip. But let me give you a bigger key here. When you get to the top of your swing, can you see how my logo on my glove is up at the kind of the sky? My right hand's at the sky too. If you can do that, you probably fix your slice problem because you fixed the club face coming down. The other thing is, if you are a slicer, I want to make sure that I emphasize a lot of arm action. I want to feel like my right arm works a little more over my left arm and that I'm more of a arm releaser going on than I am a body releaser. One of the truisms about the golf swing is, if I fire my hips, what does that do to the club face?
It's open.
It leaves a little bit open. And you look back to where Tiger Woods has had shot problems over the years. He's got such fast lower body. He's left the club behind him, and most of his misses have been out to the right. So a golfer that's got a hook problem, hey, it's okay to go a little bit fast with your hips. You can fire really hard, and a great tip to do is to turn your front foot inward to stop your hips from going. So if I ever have a shot that I'm trying really hard not to let my hips outrace my arms, I'll turn my foot in, because now I can actually hook it easier. All right, but for the average guy who slices, that's not a good. Most golfers actually need to get their hips moving. So if you're a slicer, you're better to get your grip a little stronger. Let your arms swing past you and release the club a little more. So if you're a slicer, more arm swing. If you're a hooker, more body hip swing.
Wow.